So with that, I kind of mixed the two and created my app. I participate in FBLA and Cyber Patriot clubs at my school. FBLA is Future Business Leaders of America, and I am a member and participate in that. Cyber Patriot is like a cybersecurity type of competition in which a lot of people try to defend computers. My current GPA is 3.875. My app purpose. My app purpose was created to make finding teammates for the game Valorant a lot easier. So I combined my two hobbies, programming and liking video games, and I created this app in order for people to find it easier to find teammates to play the game with. This app is specifically made for Valorant, so it gives an edge over other apps that are created for general gaming purposes. This one is just for Valorant, and so you can find people that you want and see their stats for the game. My app design. Users can use my app to interact with each other. Later, I was thinking of adding a messaging system where people can message each other their details in order to get together to play the game one day after they match with each other. The app is created to look a lot like Tinder almost. You heart or X someone's profile, and basically, whenever two users heart each other, they are matched together and then put into the messages together so they can communicate when they want to play the game. Now, you don't have to actually meet up in real life with the person to see them, but there will be location-based matchmaking once I get the matchmaking done, because the app actually asks for your location when you enter the main menu, and I want location to have a little bit of a I want location to have an influence on who it matches you up with. The user information is actually stored in something called Firebase. Um, and to build my app, I use React Native on snack.expo.io, and JavaScript and CSS is used for it. But in Firebase, it's where it stores all the user information, so you can actually log in and sign up for the app, and it actually saves your information. App functionality. Like I said before, you heart or X other profiles, and you find the right match to play with you. Information about the user is displayed as well, as we can see with the profile on the screen right now. It tells mains basically is what characters you play. Um, Stacks with is basically saying how many people you want to play with. Your rank is based off of how good you are. Your play style, you get to enter that in if you're aggressive or passive. And then Discord is a messaging app that you can use and to call and message friends. Um, you can edit your information by tapping on the profile icon on the top right, which I will show when you get to my app. Um, Lessons learned. So at the beginning of this, I didn't really know much about JavaScript or CSS. So I learned that CSS styling actually takes a lot of time to perfect, and that it's not as easy as you think about what you want and then it just kind of does it. You really have to take some time and put some effort into that. I also learned how to create databases and store user information, because before I didn't even know if I was going to have a sign up function, but I actually learned that with Firebase, you can integrate it with Snack and it will actually store user information so you can sign up and log in to the website. Programming is a lot of researching. That's one of the biggest lessons I learned, since you won't know everything and it's hard to just sit there and write a bunch of code without having to look at least one thing up. What's next? Basically, my app isn't 100% complete. I want to add a messaging system for people to communicate after they are matched together. Um, Saving profile information is not visually there. So when you go to your profile again, it won't visually show you that it was saved, but it does actually save it to your profile. Location-based matchmaking. I haven't really added a matchmaking function at all, But if you could have seen throughout my presentation, I had the different profiles. Those are pre-made ones that I have on the app. But I basically made those to show what it's supposed to be like whenever you're matchmaking against with people. Um, the heart and X buttons, basically, yeah, I haven't created a matchmaking system yet, so it doesn't actually match you with other users. Now I will show you my actual app. So this is my app with um, the sign up screen, the login screen on the right. If you click sign up, it takes you here, and this is where you can input your username. So for a username, I could put that, and then for an email, I'll just sign up with something like this, and then password, I'll just put password for now, and then password again. Select my gender. I am a male, and I click sign up. And right now it gives me the alert, user Madminate U was successfully created. Then I can go right here and I can log in with that same account that I had just created. Here, it displays this pre-made profile I have made of one of my friends who plays the game. But right here, you have the heart button and the X button. So let's say I do like this person. I'd say, uh, like I like they're at a similar rank as me. Their play style matches mine, and they also want to play with 5 people like I do. So I will click heart. Right now, it just says heart noises because we haven't implemented it to scroll through different pictures and profiles, and matchmaking isn't really a thing yet. Another thing I wanted to add on the screen is I wanted to add a hamburger icon, uh, something like this if it loads. But I wanted to add it up here to where you can see your messages. There it is. That's the hamburger icon. I wanted to put it at the top left right here. So you could see your messages. So you tap it and then it goes to the right and then shows you all your messages. If you click the X, right now it just says X noises because once again, there is no matchmaking. But what I want that to do in the future is I want it to say basically that no, I don't really want to play with this person. So even if the person presses a heart on my profile, I will not get matched with them because I did not heart theirs as well. If we go to the top right, this is actually my profile information. Um, it displays my name right here. And here's where I can input information based off of what I do, what I like in the game. So my mains, which is basically the characters that I play, uh, I would just put this is a character in the game, Phoenix. And then preference of stacks, I could say 5 stacks because I want to play with 5 people. And then my rank, I would say gold 2 because that's a rank in the game that just basically shows how good you are competitively. And then playstyle, I could put that I'm super aggressive and I like to push in a lot. And then for Discord, Discord is basically this messaging system where you can call people and message them, and this is basically your Discord ID, so people can add you as a friend. And then my gender is male, and then it saves that information, and then I go back here and basically just repeat the process of clicking heart, clicking X, clicking heart, clicking X until you find some people, and then you just start messaging with them and talk to them about if you want to play the game or not. And the information is actually stored right here in Firebase. This is Firebase, where the information is stored. And here's the one I just created. As you can see, it's saved the email, gender, and username, which is basically the information that I put from the sign up field. And this website is basically what holds everything. holds the emails, passwords, genders, usernames, basically everything that you input into it. This website will hold for you. And if you go back here, we could create as many accounts as we want, and it will save it there. I forgot to show this screen, the forgot password screen. Basically, like any other forgot password screen. Let's say you forget your password, you enter your email, and then you click reset password. Email sent to reset the password, and it sends an email to the person so they can reset their password. And that is about all with my app.
Okay, awesome. Do the judges have any questions? I do want to give a little bit of context. So Valorant is a very, it's a first person shooter game like Call of Duty, and it has a lot of players. So I don't know if you guys knew what Valorant was. It's a video game, a very popular video
Yeah.
game.
Yeah, I was going to say that. I mean, first of all, this is great. I think that this is something that like a lot of gamers could like definitely use in their life, and it could be like something kind of monumental in the gaming industry. I wanted to know there are like a number of players that already exist. In terms of like Twitch, in terms of like Steam. Like, is there any plan to like integrate with those APIs and like kind of go to where the users already are? What's kind of like your plan? In terms of like acquiring users to the platform.
Yes. So Discord is one of the things I kind of already wanted to integrate API with, since a lot of people a lot of gamers actually use Discord because it's mainly a chatting web or chatting app made for gamers and people playing games, and it already has integration with a bunch of different um, gaming studios and stuff like that. Steam, not really. I wouldn't really think about integrating into my app because Valorant is actually its own game. It's not on Steam, so it's just it's on a separate platform basically by Riot Games. Um, Maybe Twitch could work as well. People could link their Twitch to show that they're a streamer. I could have that in their profile information to say like, yes, I will stream our games in case they want to see that. And basically, this app is just to connect people that play Valorant, and so they can talk to each other, and you can make a lot more friends who actually are interested in the same game you are.
Yeah. And would Valorant just be a start, or like how is the expansion looking like in the future?
Um, yeah, I could probably expand to other games, but people would have to sign up for different sections of the game because right now I basically just wanted to have it to be only one game. So it's more specific and the users have more options and variety of what they can put on their profile. Because when you have an app that has multiple games on it, you can't really put specific information about the game you play. Because if you do that, if you, let's say the characters you play, you just on a basic app for gaming, you put characters you play, that could be a character from any game. And so I just wanted it to be closely with the Valorant community so people know that people on the app are also people very interested in Valorant.
Yeah, I would also agree with Mr. Bowen. A very well structured presentation, identifying the purpose and coming up with a solution of something that you built to provide more enjoyment for yourself. And in a lot of cases, when you do that, you determine that there are a lot of other people that wish they could have done the same thing. And I also was going to ask the question about the expansion as well, whether or not you were planning to expand it into some of the other games where people do tend to play together as well. but you know, my hat's off to you. I think it's a good app that could probably find some traction. The other question, the only question I was going to ask is whether or not, you know, this is your view that it's going to be a freebie, or whether or not you plan to trying to find ways to monetize it.
Ways to monetize it, really, I wouldn't really think about, I haven't thought about any ways to really monetize it. Like, I wouldn't want it to be a paid app, because then you're kind of excluding some parts of the community and people can't just download it to play with people. But there could be ads somewhere, or some sort of system where you can send specific emotes, almost like Twitch does. You can send emotes that are cooler or something like that if you have either like a paid subscription, or you just watch a couple of ads, or just pay a base price or anything like that.
Right, right. And then the final question is, you know, because you're kind of into the cyber security community, any firewalls of sorts to kind of protect the younger players from the predators out in the wild? Any thoughts there?
Oh, yes. So definitely I would have this app moderated. I would like to also implement a report feature to report lots of people. And since I do know that there are a lot of predatory people that try to search for people in things like this, because it's a game and it attracts a lot of children. Um, I would like to have a report feature and just moderation of apps and chats. I would basically say that the chat is going to be semi-moderated, so people shouldn't be disclosing too much private information. And also in a user license agreement, I could also put that people they can't disclose their private information because it's at risk.
Thank you, Mr. Brown. I have no other questions.
Okay. Is that all the questions? Okay. All right. Thank you, Ben. We will be sending you a follow-up email with you for the award ceremony. You did a fantastic job, and that's all.
All right, well, thank you.